Hello everybody, just checking in. I know it's been a minute since I went live, but November is Diabetes National Awareness Month, and I actually had an issue with my diabetes this month, but this live is about the Harriet movie. But I'm just telling you, so with the diabetes, it spiked so bad because I really wasn't watching my carb intake, which is Diabetes 101, but I really wasn't watching that, and I almost end up in the hospital. And the bad part about that is, if I end up in the hospital, it's really bad, because my my family, they everything gonna shut down, like the house, the kids, husband, work. And I do a lot at work. Like, I'm over a lot of things to where I'm the only one even trained on it. So if I'm not there, it's going to be a big problem. So, anyways, I almost ended up in the hospital, but I'm okay now. I had to take a bunch of insulin and get my insulin and everything back regulated, but I still kind of feel off track. I don't feel 100% myself yet, so I really haven't been posting like that. I do put things in my stories, but I haven't really been posting like that because I'm trying to get myself back together, because that's a big deal when your sugar goes up so high and then it has to come back down. So everybody watching, if you're a diabetic, you can comment in for me if you're type 1 or type 2. I'm type 2. And now we'll get into the Harriet movie. So the first thing I want to say about the Harriet movie, I noticed, guys, everybody that has commented something negative about it, when I asked them, have they watched the movie? Okay, now it says connection available. Okay, so the first thing I asked them is, have you watched the movie? And they say no. So would you take advice from somebody if they tell you something and they haven't even experienced it themselves? So I say, well, why do you say the movie, you didn't like the movie, it's not a good movie? And they say, oh, well, because my cousin said it's not a good movie. So I say, did your cousin watch the whole movie? Well, she watched a little. First off, you're an adult. I'm gonna need you to pay. You can find a theater. I even went to a $5 theater. I didn't even go to the movies, because the regular movies probably like, what, $15 per person. So me, my husband, and our teenager went to see the Harriet movie together. It was $5 per person. We found a $5 winners. We saw it in the theater, watched it from beginning to end. Everything in there is accurate. It was not a lot of niggas statements. It was no whippings, beatings, like all that stuff like that. Well, the typical slave movies. Like, it was really focused on her relationship with God, and the way that she could not read and she could not write, but she was able to get people miles away from the plantation to freedom. And she couldn't even read signs. She can't read at all or write. God guided her fully. It would show how she would go into like these moments where she would have visions, and God guided her through visions, and she would get feelings, and she would like pause and stop in her tracks. She was strongly connected with God, and that's what the movie actually focused on, her relationship with God. I left the movie knowing that everybody that watches that movie, if you watch it in full yourself, you will leave that movie feeling like, I need to make sure I'm doing what God wants me to do. Because God literally guided her, and so let me go back. So I'm not going to go through the whole movie, because in case you haven't seen it yet, and anybody that has seen it in full at a theater, comment below for me. So what I'm going to do is, I want to start, I'm not going to go word for word, because I want to mess it up for somebody that's probably haven't went to see it yet. But I'll tell you, she was at the plantation, obviously, and she had a vision that they were going to sell her. She had a vision of that they were going to sell her. So she was like, I got to go. I'm going to have to escape, and I got to escape today, right now. So she went and sung this song to her mom that the song, the way that it was worded, lets you know that she was finna go away, and I'm sorry that I can't take you, something like that. And the mom started singing the song back. They was communicating through song. Slave owners, they didn't know what that meant, but she was communicating, let her know she was finna go. So she went and told her dad that she was about to escape. Her dad said, before you go talk to Reverend such and such before you go. And she was like, no, Dad, I'm not going to talk to him, because he preaches for us to listen to the slave owners. Mind you, now, this is the part where some people be talking about, but this lets me know they didn't watch the whole movie. The slave owner would preach that you should, he would preach on the steps of the church. Everybody stand outside the church. He would preach, listen to your slave owners. Do what your slave owners do. Because the slave owners was literally standing right there in his face. Like, they standing right there while they having church service. They didn't have no privacy. So he had to watch what he said. But the dad said, I'm telling you, go see him before you leave. She went to go see him. He was like, get in here. He talked to her. He said, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go here. You got to listen up, girl. You're going to go here. You're going to turn here. You're going to do this. You're going to meet this person. So he was telling her, when you meet this person, they're going to let you ride in the back of their little carriage type thing covered up. When you get to this place will let you sleep there. This place will let you do that. He was telling her as she make her way, she'll see this river on the right side, this on the left. So he was telling her all that. Mind you, y'all, the doggone pastor had been helping people escape forever, but he was preaching a different message because the slave owners was right there in his face, like I said. So somebody brought that point up. This show you how you don't go off what you hear. Somebody been discouraging people to go watch the movie, talking about where the pastor was telling them to listen to the slave owner. I said, did you watch the whole movie? Because in the very next scene, Harriet went to meet him and he told her how to get away. Also, everybody that Harriet helped escape, she took them to the pastor first. She did not, and y'all share this live because we need to have facts flowing around, not the people making posts and they ain't been more went to the movies probably this whole year. So please share this live. And yes, I do want to speak up because people saying, oh, well, why it took them so long to make her movie? I don't know. I don't know why it was a Tupac and a Biggie movie before a Harriet movie. But it was done, and finally the Harriet movie is out. So enjoy it. But they're discouraging people to even support the movie, and they haven't seen it themselves. That's the biggest foolishness I ever heard of. If you've seen it now and you have some things, that's fine. But if you have to watch the whole thing and not on bootleg, people watching on bootleg, go to the theater. But anyway, so everybody she freed, she took them to see this pastor first. And the pastor, the reason why, the pastor would organize and he would get word to the people that they were coming, the people that was going to help them and harbor them. Okay, so he would be able to get the word there. So she started freeing so many people. They was like, oh my God, we're gonna need a bigger cart. We're gonna need a bigger, more place to go see or something like that. So that's how many. Now, I'm gonna tell you this other part. When she first left, she tried to make her husband come, but she said, you know what? I don't want you to come because you're already free. And if they catch us, then you won't be free. They're gonna take your freedom. So she left without the husband. A year went by. She had been sending messages back to the husband, and every time they would say, yeah, we gave him your message. And they say, okay, we gave him your message. She would say, so did he send any word back? Nope, he didn't send no message back to you though. So she was like, I got a really bad feeling I need to go back. Now she'd been free for a year. This is what caused her to go back. She went back for this husband then remarried, and he had a baby on the way. So she started praying. I told you she was very connected with God. She's like, God, why would you send me back? And you know he married somebody else and blah, blah. He thought she was dead. The mama, them, all of them thought she had died. They didn't know that she had even made it to safety, y'all. All that time she had people, I don't know what happened with that. That wasn't clear to me on the movie of what happened as to why she was sending messages back and people was lying. I don't know if they was lying or what, but they was telling her that they was delivering the messages. But when she got back home after that year, she had a bad feeling. She went back home. And that's when she was like, they end up saying, your mom, she lost her mind. She thought you had died. And then the husband remarried and had a baby. He thought she was dead too. So it was horrible. She cried so bad. It was horrible, right? So she ended up praying, God, why would you send me back here? And you know he remarried. Boom, she passed out. That's how her visions would hit her, because she would pass out. Like, that's how strong it was. So she passed out, and while she passed out, the vision showed her. It showed her running, and it showed a bunch of people running behind her, which let her know when she woke up, she was like, I didn't come back for him. I came back to free anybody that want to be free. And that's when she started freeing everybody, y'all. If she would sing a song, the song would be something like Moses, let my people go. Something like that. So she was singing that. Y'all, make sure you share this live. So she was singing that, let my people go, all of that. Okay, and that's when people would come out of their little tents or whatever thing you want to call it that they was living in, they would come out when they heard that song, to where people started calling her Moses. So they would come out and she would get them there. She got them there. She started bringing so many people back that they added her name to the board of like the freedom fighter thing. So they added her name to that board in the free place. So that happened. Another thing I want to address, the part of the movie where they keep saying, oh, there was a black bounty hunter that was hunting for Harriet. That didn't really happen. First, we don't know if that really happened. Second thing, every time somebody say that, again, they let me know they didn't watch the movie all the way, or they going off what they heard, and whoever they heard it from ain't watched the movie either. So make sure you get your facts straight. So here's what happened with the black bounty hunter. There was a black man, two actually, that they had helping them find Harriet. Also, one of the black guys, he saw where Harriet was with like 10 people. She was about to free them, and all of them had set up traps trying to capture her. And so she was walking and she stopped. She said, stop. We can't go that way. We got to go this other way. And they had to go through a river. And she went to the river. That was the only way out. And they was like, we're not going through no river. We gonna drown. She prayed at the river and said, God, help me through. And had her gun holding up to the sky so water wouldn't get in it. She went through that water and the water came up to her chin, and that's it. It stopped. It didn't rise over her. And when they saw that, they got excited. They jumped in the water. They ran across the water and left with her. They got away. The guy, one of the guys, he saw that. He was like, yeah, we finna get her. He was sitting up in a tree looking down at her and all of them. He could have easily ratted them out, but he watched instead, and he saw how she stopped and said, oh, we can't go that way. And she saw how they went into the water, and she prayed in the water and made it through. He went back to the slave owners that was trying to find her, and he was like, I lost them. I don't know where they went. So they kicked him, shot at him, and everything. They was really upset. So the second bounty hunter, so that's what happened with the first one. The second one, black guy, he was with the white slave owner of Harriet's that she had been escaped from, and they had been struggling so bad because she was stealing all their slaves. So they was struggling financially because they didn't have no slaves there working. So the second guy, what he did was, he was like, you know what, we don't need a large group, it'll just be me and you, we'll find her together. So when they went, the second one, he literally saw Harriet going up a little mountain trying to run away from them, and he was about to shoot her. The white slave owner shot him and said, I told you I want her back alive. This is where people are posting, talking about this movie had a black hunter, and then they had the white man be the savior. The white man saved her from dying from the black man. Did you watch the movie? Because the very next thing that happened after the white man shot the black guy, because the black guy was finna shoot Harriet, the black guy fell down because the white man shot him. Harriet shot the white slave owner. So why are y'all saying that the savior, it was a savior, that a white savior that saved Harriet when Harriet killed his ass? I'm just saying, watch the movie. This is why when I post and somebody come asking me, well, how did you feel about this? How did you feel about this? And the first thing I say is, well, did you watch the movie? And then they either say no or they never comment no more. A lady made a comment just this morning, a black lady, saying Harriet movie is trash. I comment on her post and I said, did you watch the movie? She said, did you? I said, yes, I watched it in full in a theater. Did you watch it? She hasn't commented at all back. So I don't know, maybe I just use my brain, but I'm not going to let somebody give me no facts and they ain't experienced it. So please go support the movie. Matter of fact, you know I own a travel business. If you have seen the full movie, I need you to comment your thoughts on the full movie. And if you haven't seen it yet, I need you to go see it by Friday. and I'll do a giveaway from my travel business. Depending on how many of y'all respond will be depending on how many giveaways I give out. If it's only like 20, 30, I'm only going to give away probably 5. But those vacation giveaways you can use in Vegas, you can use Hawaii. But I'm going to use the tools I have to support this movie. I don't know why she ain't on the $20 bill yet. I don't know why she just now getting a movie. But I will tell you this. If you watch that whole movie and you ain't on your phone or playing around, you really watching and listening, you're going to leave that movie knowing that you need to find what you're supposed to be doing for God. Because somebody called me. Because God was clearly with this lady. I'm telling you, he was with her so much to where she can't read or write, and she freed all those people. The people were astounded that she led all them free ones too. She coming in floods of people coming in. All right, so that's my take on the Harry movie. And it's also National Diabetes Month. If you're diabetic, type 1 or type 2, comment with type you are. I am type 2 diabetic, been 4 years now. It's a lifelong disease. It's an invisible disease. We have to watch what we eat. We have to take insulin. I did a live the other day with my husband about it, how it affects your spouse and things. When you have diabetes, it affects your whole family. But I am a survivor. So I have diabetes. I do take insulin daily. I have to check my sugars throughout the day, and I have to take insulin according to what my numbers look like. It's National Diabetes Month. That's why I'm telling you this. So also, if, like I said, if you have watched the movie Harriet, if you haven't watched it yet, by Friday, I'll do another post and I'll say Harriet giveaway or something like that. Harry movie giveaway. And I'll do that Friday night. So share this post so other people can see the foolishness that's going around. It's straight facts. Anybody want to comment, I can tell you because I watched the whole movie, so I can answer any questions you have. And y'all have a blessed day.